नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनीति नमः। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तबिंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तबिंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद। गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा मदर कमला किशोरी देवी, please accept my obeisances. All goes to Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat pranams to you. Please accept my obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Sayantan Prabhu, Shaili Banshal Mataji, I assume, Vijay Prabhu, Gopavindapal. That's a famous name Srila Prabhupada gave to one of his disciples. I'd like to welcome all of you. Let us begin today's session. Mother Kamala Kishore Devi, would you like to recite the whole Shikshastakam?
Sure, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Shri Shri Shashtakam ki jai. Chetodharpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagninirvapanam Shreyavakairava vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam Anandambudhivardanam pratipadam purnash ashtaswadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Baguda Nija Sharva Shakti Pratapita Niyamita Smarena Nakala Edatrishi Tava Kripa Bhavan Mama Api Durdaiva Midrishamiha Janinanuraha त्रिनादपि सुनीसेना तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानीय नीनमानदेन कीर्तनीये सदा हरि नदनं न जनं न सुन्दरं कवितं वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिर्हैतुकी त्वयि अयि नन्दतनुज किङ्करम् पतिता मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कज सितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तय नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदहृदयगिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वापु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्राविशायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आशिष्य वा पादरतं विनष्टुमां हर्षम् अर्महदां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा दिदटुलं पटो मत्प्राणनस्तु स एव न परः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री शिष्टात्मक की जय
Jai. Okay, let us begin with the Mangala Charan. Om Jnanati Mirandhasya Ginanjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurube Namah Sri Chaitanya Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Pada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitangscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine Vanchakalpataruvesya kripa sindhubhaiva cha patitanam pavunebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama,
राम हरे राम राम
Rama,
राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna,
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama,
राम हरे राम
Rama
राम राम
Rama.
हरे
Dear devotees, this verse, when you read, I don't know if ever any one of you ever felt a threatening. Mahaprabhu's highest gift. But I remember one devotee, maybe I won't say the name, he's still in America. Um, he wanted to talk one day, many years back, maybe 12 years back, right here in Alajwa. And he says, when I recite this verse, the verse 4, today's session began with 4. So we are doing one Shikshastakam sloka every week. He said, I feel I'm a hypocritic or I'm artificially reciting this. I cannot relate to it. It says, na dhanam, na janam. I actually want all of this. How can I say that I don't want dhanam? I came to America for money. So how to understand? So I never forgot. And actually he pushed me to pray and understand this. So we had a nice few days discussion. So I'll just give you a little summary on this. Whenever you think of this verse, text 4, text 1 is for now, now, now. Doesn't matter what level you are. As soon you come to ISKCON, Krishna consciousness, text 1 is compulsory. There is no option. There is no alternate. I hope you all heard me very clear. Please embrace the verse number 1. Cheta darpanamarjanam bhavama. Yes, without this, there is no question of purification. And without purification, you going to keep coming to this world. Coming to this world means you are under the spell of birth, death, old age, disease. If you don't like suffering, you can ask yourself, if you do not like suffering, you do not like to take birth and death and again fighting and dealing with the karma. Jominist philosophy is that some or other stay on the top of the karma pile. And if you say, I'm tired of it, okay, then you take this verse 1 seriously. After you take the process, you're supposed to be inquiring actually before you take the process. What is the purpose of this Krishna consciousness? What is the purpose I have to chant? What is the purpose even God came down to give us this? Then you will come to this verse. Premer sabhav jaha premer sambandha sei mane Krishna more nahi prema gandha. That how Mahaprabhu was, Prabhus and mothers, these 8 verses, it is not just composed by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was experiencing, he's not just giving to us, he was applying to his own personal sadhaka life. You may think, well, he is Supreme God, he is the embodiment of love as Radharani and Krishna together. So what is the lacking? There is nothing lacking in him. But we have to understand from our angle that when Mahaprabhu was experiencing this, he was not experiencing as a God. He was experiencing as a sadhaka. When Rupa Goswami Pad wrote all this definition of bhakti, he was not thinking, well, I'm eternal associate, intimate associate of Radharani, which is true. But he was not writing from that angle. He was writing just like one of us. And he was experiencing, and then he gave, that's why in Nectar of Devotion, you'll see there is a reference. He established a sutra, or you can say gist code, that this is the definition of bhakti. Anna vilasita shunyam gena karmadhyana pritam anukulyana Krishna anushilanam bhakti uttama. But then he brings reference to back up his experience. Is that clear, everybody? So Mahaprabhu was also experiencing and then expressing. When someone comes to Nishtha platform, before you enter to Nishtha, because Nishtha means you actually started spiritual happiness. But before that, it's called Anistika, means what pulls you back or pulls you down or don't let you go forward. This verse is talking about that. Okay, you'll be out of misery, that's true. But then when you hear the explanation, one who achieved the prema, love of Godhead, what is their symptom? First symptom is he or she does not think he's a devotee or she's a devotee, aspiring to be devotee. It's not a coincidence. Even Prabhupada says, I'm trying, I'm a servant of all people. We may think like, okay, due to Mahabhagavat symptom, he's speaking like this. Yes, this is natural. More they are advanced, they think they don't have bhakti. That natural feeling they have within them, not that they are just speaking only. They naturally feel. That time, actually, bhakti reside in their body. Bhakti Devi growing in their body. That's why to hear from them or to serve them is our most important function. They don't think they are devotee when they actually have the bhakti. Instead, they will think they don't have a drop of love for Krishna. And they will cry, I don't have a love for Krishna. Why are you crying? Ordinary people cannot cry when they don't have. Because it's not possible. Only when you have it, you think in that way and you cry. Actually, those tears are extinguisher of material misery. They actually moved out of it. That is the symptom. So that time they will feel like this. I don't want material wealth. I don't want any followers. I don't want beautiful husband or wife or anything. I don't want any karma. I only pray, my Lord, please engage me in your devotional service. That's all. Of course, Radhanath Maharaj has his own explanation on this. I mean, that's how he said it. So I'm going to just say it because when in Alachua, I literally asked him on the backside one day we were just talking. I straight on his face, Maharaj, you are so humble. You're like unbelievable the way you talk. How this developed to you, I want to know. And he looked it back. If any one of you know Radhanath Maharaj very well, then you'll see how he looks at you like it's straight to your face. He said, Ran Govinda Prabhu, will you believe if I tell you? I said, yes, I'll believe. I mean, what's the option? I don't have any other option. I have to believe it. He said, I was pretending for a long time. Then it becomes natural. I said, okay, I will accept it, well, even though I don't understand, but I'll accept it. He said, no, believe me. I said, I am believing, but Maharaj, believe is like my mind has to align with it. I don't know how to force my mind. Come on, believe it. But it's not, like I'm okay, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with you. He said, okay, as long you agree and take my word as it is, then you see for yourself. I said, okay. So this is natural. This is natural. Just like reporter asked Prabhupada that, oh, you explain about this 4 category of people in this world. So you are now like a top, the top category, and under you is all 4. Prabhupada said, no, I'm actually 5th category. I'm a servant of all. Now, was Prabhupada like trying to show off? And, I mean, we can think like that. No, this is naturally he feels. He felt. That's why Prabhupada said such a bold, and the reporter was dumbstruck. He thought he will hear something proud, false proud on it. But Prabhupada was so humble. It was a natural. It was a naturally came to him. He was not like contemplating what will be the answer. So this text 4, that you have to think when you come to very advanced stage, it is naturally you will feel. If you don't feel that, that means you are not in that stage. Can you accept it? Just gladly accept. Okay, I'm not in that stage. I still need money. I still need all these things. That's fine. Just no need to artificially pose something I'm not. So that would be the best. There, it's also natural begging for mercy, begging for forgiveness, begging for service is natural. Adaya koriba seva charana binda. You'll see many song has like this. I'm begging for your mercy. I am begging for some service. Not everybody say that in the temple or community. Why? Because they are not in that stage. This is natural. This is natural, we should think. Okay, so there is the intrinsic and extrinsic, and then we will go to that. Let's begin with the verse. Nadanam na janam na sundarim kavitam ba jagadish kamaye mama janmani janmani share bhavatat bhakti rahe tuki toi. Na dhanam, na means not, dhanam means material wealth. Na, not, janam, followers. Now, please don't mix appreciation and follower are not same thing. Yeah, you may say follower are the one who actually praise the guru or advanced devotee. Yes, they may not feel good when they hear the praising about. But when we talk about appreciation, appreciation is necessary. Appreciation as a, if somebody say, that was very nice service you have done. That was very nice presentation you did. You immediately act like a hot potato. In America, they call hot potato. I don't know. In India, I don't think they have such word. Hot potato means when somebody give you a hot potato, immediately pass it because it's hot. So you pass it and it goes around the whole room and then eventually it cools down and then you can get. So what I meant to say, like when somebody praises you, don't just deny. If somebody say, that was a very nice, that Radharani never looks at for her own pleasure. She never does. But then looks like she's angry, she's upset. So because this happened, so then we have to explain. Actually, Radharani does all these things just to please Krishna because that's what he wants. What she wants, only to serve him and please him, nothing else. She never asks for anything for herself. Even though it appears like she's angry, sulkiness, she's like, will not let Krishna do this or go there. Actually, Krishna, that's what Krishna wants. So she is actually trying to please him and serve him. That's why she acted in that capacity. It's very difficult unless you know the higher sneha, mana, raga, anuraga, those stages of loving exchange. So when somebody praises, remember, you immediately give the credit to your guru. Because if you deny, I said, so when devotee says, oh, that's very interesting. I never thought. Radharani always looking to please and serve Krishna, nothing else. That's the only slogan she has. Her body, her mind, everything made of that. Please Krishna anywhere, anyhow, anyway, anywhere. This is her slogan. Bhakti Siddhanta Surya Thakur says. So everything she does is only for Krishna, nothing for her. Okay, good. So then when somebody praises you, that was such a nice. Don't take the credit, give the credit. I heard this from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's writing. That's called passing the hot potato. You give the credit who deserve that credit. Like this, it should go. Don't deny if somebody appreciate your service and then you say, oh no, I don't know about South India, but in Bengal, they have a little, don't take, if any Bengalis here, don't take it personally. When you say something, appreciating, there's, oh no, it's no, I'm like nothing. Then you're dismissing the person's view. Person is appreciating through his or her view. You're dismissing, you're denying. That is also not good. You're disrespecting that person. Am I making clear? Everybody understand that? So this is very interesting. that always give the credit to your guru where you learn from. Don't take the credit yourself. But if you deny, because in Bengal they do, I saw that. Even Bengalis in America, they do. When you say, oh, this was very nice kirtan. No, I'm nothing. Why you say that? That means my vision, my perception is wrong. You are indirectly saying that. You're insulting me by denying it. Instead, you can say, well, I'm trying. I learned this from my guru in some places. You can say, give the credit to the person where you learned from. But don't deny. Dismissing means you are ignoring my perception. And then also you're not giving credit who's deserved that credit. I hope everybody got clear that. Because this is a common thing. I mean, I should not say common thing, but lot in ISKCON, I see that. Nasundarim. Nasundarim here means you are not looking for a beautiful spouse or some, flattering thing. At that time, what is that means? When you come to that stage, naturally you will lose the taste of it. But if somebody is beautiful, that doesn't mean you have to like deny or escape from it. Just like Prabhupada at the airport says, oh, you are very beautiful to a air hostess. Now, you will never think Prabhupada would say that. No, but Prabhupada said the fact, but he was not looking at her or looking at lustful or anything. Just like that, because she was very kind to Prabhupada and giving what Prabhupada asked for. You know, Prabhupada is very, well, I don't know if I should use that word, Suvidavadi, advantage taker. When air hostess was trying to serve, I said, can I help you? Can I serve you anything else? Prabhupada said, do you have a fruits? So now they are not serving the fruits. But some or other, she kept some fruit in the refrigerator, in the airplane, and she brought some fruit, Prabhupada. And then she said, anything else? Would you like? Can I serve you something else? Some or other. She never knows Prabhupada first time. And Sutagirti Prabhu talks about it. And Prabhupada said, sure, you have some milk, hot milk. She got some hot milk too. So it is all right, reciprocate. But Prabhupada was not attached to anything of that. Prabhupada gave the credit and he accepted the service. She got eternal credit, spiritual credit. So we have to be very practical. Kavitam, fruitive activity described in flowery language. Ba or Jagat Isha, O Lord of the universe, Kamaye, I desire Mama, my, Janmani in birth, Janmani after birth, Ishare unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhavatat, let there be, Bhakti, devotional service, Ahituki with no motives, Tai unto you. So there are few translation as I mentioned, because even these are in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and when you see Prabhupada's translation, in Shikshastakam, one translation, in Chaitanya Charitamrita Antolila, last chapter, Prabhupada give a different translation. I mean, not so far, but very close, but very interesting angle. So one translation, Prabhupada writes, O Lord of the universe, I do not desire material wealth, materialistic followers. See, he says materialistic followers. Interesting. See, here, Janam, not Janam, means no follower. Prabhupada said no materialistic wealth because Prabhupada needed money. Prabhupada wanted money. So he said no material desire, no materialistic followers. That means genuine follower has to come. Otherwise, how are you going to reconcile? If you see Prabhupada has a 5,000 disciples, and you say, well, he didn't want, he prayed also, Mahaprabhu prayed, he also translated, but he translated is very sophisticated way. He said, no materialistic follower. If you look at that verse, I tell you where it is. It's in Antalila 20.29 in case. So Prabhupada writes, no materialistic followers, a beautiful wife or fruitive activity described in flowery language. That means Prabhupada will engage in jagna and others, but to go to heaven or other things, that's what it is, flowery language. I hope you all know. Flowery language means some material benefit. But he did the jagna, he did Vivaha jagna, wedding ceremony for his disciple. So somebody may, pinpoint like, but he did all this activity, fruitive activity. No, he did not do it for the material benefit. If a boy and girl, instead of mixing together, they should get married and stay as a Vivahad follower. That is Prabhupada wanted. And he did that. And he explained that. Because some of his, well, maybe I don't have to go that route, but some other sannyasi from outside ISKCON talked about it. Why did he do Vivah Jagna? Is a sannyasi. But Prabhupada gave an explanation. Prabhupada was so genius. He explained everything. He knew before he does anything, he knew why he's doing. Just like that South Indian Brahmin, he said, why are you giving this young man sannyas? Prabhupada immediately said to this gentleman in Hyderabad, when one should take sannyas or before death. And then Prabhupada immediately shot back. You know when he's going to die? He said, no. Then why you oppose? Case dismissed. Then at the end, another Brahmana, there was a whole group of South Indian Brahmana came to that day on the ceremony. One Brahmana, he said, but he's a young man. He may fall down. Prabhupada said, yes, I know that. See the vision Prabhupada had. He said, yes, I know that. And that sannyasi actually fell down, but he's still active. He's preaching. I won't say the name, but anyway, I know him too. So Prabhupada said, but in 10 years, if he stays in 10 years sannyas, he has this body and active mentality. He will do more service than your entire life you will not be able to do. Therefore, it is advantage for him and for the society and for the world. I love that. This is such a far vision. Okay. When we pray, this is the prayers. This verse is 100% prayers. Na dhanam, na janam. You are praying to the Lord. Very specific. Who is that? Jagadisha Kamaye. The Jagadisha Kamaye means the Lord of the universe who will fulfill the desire. So when we pray, if our prayers are for material needs, then it is compared to painkiller. I mentioned this before. And if spiritual needs, then it is like therapeutic cure. We should be very specific why you pray. If you say, well, I need a little more money, why do you need a little more money? So that you can enjoy or have a, no, so that I can have a peaceful service here in my house. They are all, if my spouse take off little time, he or she can do more service for the temple, for the society. So it will be good if we have little more money. It's no harm. In that case, that prayers is not material needs. It is a spiritual need. Is that clear? It's a very subtle, I'm very practical, I'm saying. That you can pray such thing. If my daughter or son is sick, it's difficult for me to work for the family, Krishna's family. So therefore I pray, please, my Lord, can you give a healthy body to my child so that he can get out of this sickness, so she can serve you better, I can serve you better. It's no harm to pray. Where is the authentic way to look at it? Anna Vilash Ita. The word is Ita, means such thing as like this. You can pray. It is still considered pure bhakti. So, everyone should glorify Krishna according to one's own ability. If we are serious and sincere devotee, then Lord will give us the intelligence to offer prayers properly. This is Bhagavatam 4.16.2. Srila Prabhupada give a very nice explanation how any one of you You may think like, well, Dhruva Maharaj prayed, glorified, because after Lord gave him the mercy of conscious touch. I don't have that kind of. But Prabhupada gives in that Bhagavatam that I gave the name, 4th canto, 16th chapter, that you can still pray. If you're sincere and serious, you want to pray, then Lord will give you intelligence to pray. But it is a good habit. Please develop every day praying. It's compulsory. Just do it for 1 minute, 5 minutes. Just do it. Maybe 3 times a day, 5 times a day. Just pray. It is a good habit. So this verse says, "My Lord, I don't want na dhanam. I I don't desire material wealth." Now, Prabhupada did not say wealth. He says material wealth means for separate interest than Krishna. Your family is Krishna's family, right? Not your family. It is Krishna's family. That song, Mother Kamala Kishori Devi or anybody can find this in the KK song on Google. Amara balite Prabhu ar kichu nai. This is a surrendering song for a family people. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur wonderfully explained how you can transfer your ownership. Your family is Krishna's family. Your spouse is Krishna's servant. You think like this. You develop and cultivate a thought. And you'll be so happy that that song, Amara Bolite Prabhu Ar Kichu Nai. This song has a whole family, how you dedicate, and you become surrender soul, pure devotee. So beautiful. So here it says, "My Lord, I don't want janam, no material followers." Means if somebody comes and following you to practice bhakti, you should embrace and yes, you should invite them immediately. And if you think, oh, I don't want no janam, Mahaprabhu says, no, then you are going in a wrong misunderstanding. Then the third one he says, "My Lord, I don't want kavitam." Fruitive activities described in flowery language means you're not trying to get some power or go to heaven. Those idea we are rejecting. Uh, Otherwise, fruitive activities like jagna and other things can be done. Is not restricted by this verse. Okay, then the fourth one, I saw four things I don't want, I don't want, I don't want, I don't want. And the fourth one is Sundarim, very beautiful, lovely, beautiful wife. Now, beautiful in a sense, not just skin beauty, but the quality, devotional quality. You do one. Without devotional quality, Prabhu's and Mother, you cannot practice Krishna consciousness. There is a beautiful verse Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Bhakta deha paile hoy gunera smaran, gunakrishta haiya kare nirmala bhajan." Guna akrishta, when we are attracted by the quality of devotees, devotional quality, then we can do serious bhajan, serious service. President is so kind. He or she cares for me. That is a wonderful quality. Then you want to serve under. Like our president, in where I live, every day she's there in Mangalarti, doing sadhana, chanting, 1.5 hour, 2 hours before Mangalarti, she gets up and chant. I found out, I even text one time, "I heard you chanting now. It's like almost 2 hours." And respond, "Yes, I am chanting." These are wonderful. Then you want to follow those kind of leaders because it will uplift you. So it's very nice. These are wonderful quality. When you think of spiritual leader you want to follow, you want not like reject. When we are attracted by the devotional quality of senior devotees, our progress will become easy. Easily will progress. Otherwise difficult. Okay, so these four things, I don't want four things. Now I'll come back. Santan Prabhu, just I saw your hand. Just give me 1 minute. Then what do you want? That's the next verse. Sorry, not next verse, next line. In the same verse, the last line. So what do you want? I don't want four things I said in that verse. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, na ko. So this no kovitam. So these four things are no, no, no. But then we look at it in a positive way. So what do you want? Kamaye, I desire. Oh, you desire. Yes. What do you want? My mama, Janmani, in birth, Janmani, after birth. In birth means right now and next birth. Ishare, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhavatad, let there be bhakti, devotional service. Ahituki, with no motives, tai unto you. It's beautiful. I want to serve you life after life with no selfish motives. That's all. Prabhus and mothers, can you remember this? You want to control mind. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 6.7, what did he say? Prashantaya Paramatma Samihita. When your mind is controlled, you are actually approaching the Lord. You are literally facing the Lord. Would you like to really be with the Lord? Yes, then you have to control the mind. But to control the mind, you need two things. What you don't want and what you want. Don't go with one. I don't want, I don't want. Mind will not be captured. You have to give a positive and negative. When you give both, mind will be controlled under intelligence. For sure, guarantee. Just like Prabhupada did. He says, yes, Krishna is so beautiful. Krishna's name is very attractive. Om, and then he writes Om Tat Sat. Om is also Krishna's name. Om is also absolute truth. But Om, I don't see the beauty. I see the Krishna's form is so beautiful. So I choose not to chant Om, I choose to chant Krishna's name, who is so attractive, beautiful. See, even in the highest form, he is comparing negative and positive. I love that. It was like such a wonderful. Prabhupada said, therefore, I'm not chanting Om, Om, Om. There are a lot of people in India, he said, they only think, oh, this is what I will chant. But I am addicted to the beauty. And Krishna is so beautiful because him and Om are saying, I rather choose Krishna. I'll chant Hare Krishna and look at Krishna's beauty. I said, well, this is beautiful. That's how you control your mind. If you only give negative or positive, your mind will not be under control. So try to give both. This verse gives us that opportunity. Because we see some people turn God to for money, some people they're made to God, turn to God to find someone, other comes to God for something else, but stay to enjoy the adoration of followers. All these motives become dry. But Krishna's loving reciprocation will sustain us and entangle us happily in his service. So, to enjoy Krishna's loving reciprocation, we must attentively chant our japa. Why? Simply Hare Krishna means, dear Krishna, please allow me to serve you. When chanting japa, we are repeatedly praying for Krishna's service. Though he needs nothing, he kindly accepts our service. So sweet is the chance to serve Krishna that Lord Chaitanya prays for it to the exclusion of wealth, fame, or romance. Now I'm looking at the clock. I wanted to talk about these 6 things. Yes, Sayantan Prabhu, let's see what you have to say. Is this regarding this, Prabhu?
Krishna Prabhu, Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Prabhu, yes, regarding this only, you told that prayers, if are for material desires, they are like painkillers.
Yes.
And if they are for spiritual upliftment, then what you told, I just miss out.
Therapeutic.
Yes, therapeutic cure. I got this from the Prabhupada's explanation to this professor, Mataji, in Mexico. She was not accusing, but she is saying, why your mission doesn't help to the poor people and seniors, like this. Prabhupada said, he gave the example of boil. I don't know if you know boil. Do you know boil? In America, you don't see it. In Mayapur, you see it. In India, you see it. Anyway, a whole explanation is there that if you blow the boil, the person who has the boil, they feel some relief and they feel like, wow, I like it. Keep on blowing. But if you ask a doctor, they say, no, don't blow. You actually making the blood not to be strong enough to fight. And then WBC, white blood, become pus because it's defeated. Pus is nothing but a defeated by the germ, whether it's a bacteria or virus. It defeats the blood, what do you call, fighting soldiers. So it turned into pus. Pus is nothing but a defeated soldier, you can say, wounded, not wounded, dead soldier. You can look at it. So Prabhupada says, our idea is not to blow, to make you temporary relief. Our idea to cut it off. Cut it off the boil, forever cure. So that's called therapeutic cure. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Yes, bro.
Okay, thank you. Now that's a
So
nice
one
question.
more thing, one more thing that you told, yes, Sri Rupa Goswami is saying that Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. It is not Abhilasha, but it is Abhilashita.
Yes.
So yesterday I was doing a class of uh, His Holiness Sundar Chaitanya Maharaj. Maharaj told that Maharaj told beautifully. He told that when Mother Draupadi was calling for help for Krishna, it is not it is not bad. It is because Rupa Goswami Pad is telling this. There is Anya Abhilasam. He is telling Abhilashita. We must have desire, but it should be for spiritual upliftment, not that it is bad. That's why there is Abhilashita, not Abhilash.
Correct. Ita. Yeah, Rupa Goswami Pad gave that. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gave that example of Draupadi. In that case, you have to add that verse that she quoted. Then it will be complete. He say she prayed, Pratigya tava Govinda name bhakta pranashyati. See, she gave a logic why she is praying. I like that. I mean, Draupadi, she's a genius philosopher too. You can see that she said, Pratigya tava Govinda name bhakta pranashyati. You will protect your devotee. You promise. For your sake, I'm praying to you. What a logic. It's like a first-class attorney. Mother Draupadi, one day she will hear it from us that she is a best attorney, logician. So that's what that meaning is. Thank you for bringing that. So we have 10 minutes. What should we do? I'm just going to give in a 5 minutes one explanation. So this sloka is not for anishtita bhakti. It is for nishtha. Once you have a firm conviction, evam brata, sapriya nama kirta, druta, what is that? Evam brata sapriya nama kirta, druta ucce, hashati rauti ruditi unmada bana nityati lokavajje. This is from 11th Canto. Mahaprabhu quoted this verse when he was traveling South India. He said to Bayubija, he met Madhacharya Sampradaya and Ramanuja Sampradaya both. And he quoted, he said, you said the goal of life is liberation. But what about this? Abhambrata Sopriyanam Kirta Jata Anuraga Druta Chitta Ucce Hashati Rodati. The devotee who are in love, they cry, they dance, they laugh, they joke, they do. Then that sannyasi was shocked. He said, yes, yes, you are right. He said, so what you are saying, goal of life is liberation, that's not exactly correct. Now, Prabhu's and Mother, we don't put down them. They are also bona fide sampradaya. But Mahaprabhu corrected that. It was very nice, very nice. That goal of life is Krishna Prem, not liberation. Liberation is just a temporary thing. So when you are in that Nishtha stage, then this sloka is prominent. Now, are you in Nishtha stage? How do you know? So there are 6 symptoms. This is in Madhurya Kadambini. I'm going to do a session. Actually, they are like pushing me, but I'm like prolonging. But I'm going to do Madhurya Kadambini. It's a beautiful book. So there are 6 stages. See if you don't have these symptoms, 6 gradation, I would say. When devotional activities are performed on the anistita. Is that clear, everybody? Means you don't have a steady in your bhakti, in your bhajan. You have a unsteady. So bhajana kriya, you ever wonder? It did not say bhajana. It says bhajana kriya. Kriya. If you look at that verse of Rupa Goswami Pad, it did not say bhajan. We generally say, okay, well, I'm doing my bhajan. No, no, it is a bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya has a 2 division. One is anistita, unsteady, and then it will take you to steady. So I'm going to talk anistita and see if you see yourself in that category, then you know that this sloka you are not yet reached that. When devotional activities are performed on the Anistita Bhakti platform, there is no fear of deviation or lethargy. See, this verse talks about fear actually. My Lord, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want four things I don't want. Then one thing, I want your service. The fear, out of fear, but those who are actually lower than, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I already said it. If somebody is in a lower than that stage, they have no fear. They think they will criticize, they will talk nonsense. They don't have a fear, it looks like. You know, they're like a fearless devotee or something. So what are the 6 symptoms? Let's talk. First is utsahamai, sudden enthusiasm. Sudden enthusiasm. What does that mean? Sudden enthusiasm, like for an example, beginning stage of bhajana kriya, a young student begins higher education. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur give a little explanation on this. He's very proud, thinking himself to be the praiseworthy scholar. And such thought encourages the student to apply himself and to perform well. It works. Similarly, when novice commences spiritual life, he takes to it so enthusiastically, thinking himself to be somebody special. Now, at first, person experience a great enthusiasm in this episode. I'm sure you can relate in your life. That's called Utsamayi. Literary, translate that word Utsamayi, lump of enthusiasm. Mai means like a lump, a big chunk of enthusiasm. You're just fired up for everything. This enthusiasm is caused by ignorance. Oh my God, by ignorance, yes. The reason for this enthusiasm is the idea that I will achieve my goal very quickly. We are shown the way, we see it, feel it, and understand that this is what we need. We see that a new road has opened and new life has begun. But really, why are we so enthusiastic? Because we get new ways to show our pride. Think about it for a moment. Think about it little. Prabhu, You are chanting so nicely. Mhm. Yes, but I don't say it, but I feel good about it. When we enter a new society, no one knows us. Here we are pure devotee or about to become one. So initial enthusiasm is always accompanied by pride. The idea that I'm the best. When we feel this enthusiasm, at the same time we think, what are all the other people here doing? They're not doing like me. I am the best one. I have seen people like this. Sometimes they repeat even 64 circle, they don't sleep, they fast on a dry basis. For what? Just like this devotee who told Prabhupada that I want to chant all the time. Prabhupada said, do some service also. No, no, no. I want to chant and advance very quick. It is there during Prabhupada's time. In Mayapur, it happened. So after a few days, Prabhupada said, what happened to him? He said he doesn't want to associate with anybody. So he climbed the tree and he's staying there and he's going to chant and he stay there in the tree. Prabhupada didn't say anything. So they thought Prabhupada was going to say anything. He didn't say. He only comes down when he needs to go to toilet or eating food or something, and he wants to stay in the tree. He doesn't want to associate with anyone. So then he was chanting, 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 chanting. After some time, then he disappeared. So somebody found him. So what happened? I'm going back. Why? It's not working. It's not for me. Are you all of a sudden became Mahabhagavat activity. You are doing like 24 hours chanting and now you gave up everything. So when the news came, Prabhupada said, I knew that this will happen. This is a good warning in our life. We don't have to practice to learn that. It's already happened during Prabhupada's time. Prabhupada said Haridas Thakur could do this, but we're not Haridas Thakur. We have to be very realistic. Chant 16 rounds, do your practical service, take care of your family, whatever is there, and then slowly, slowly you progress. But if you imitate the Mahabhagava, you will not last. This is called first category, enthusiasm, but out of ignorance. Okay, I'm looking at 3 minutes. I'm going to discuss this later because these 5 topics will take at least 5 minutes each. So it's a 30 minutes. Or any suggestion, Mother Kamala Devi?
No,
Or
Prabhu.
they can join in future when we do this. I'm going to do Madhu Jakanamani. They're already like pressuring me to start. That time we can
Yeah.
join, or next week we can
Yeah.
do whatever you think.
Yeah, Prabhu, we will proceed further. I'm thinking this is only too much to digest.
Yeah.
We will join the Madhurya Kadamani. Thank you so much, Prabhu. I have a question in this verse where it says, I only want your costless devotional service birth after birth. So it's we are all looking to go to Goloka. We don't want to take birth, yeah. But for pure devotees, when they are at that level, for them, it doesn't matter whether they go to Goloka or in this world, it is always Goloka, right, Prabhu? That's what it means because they say birth after birth, which means they want to take birth after birth to do devotional service.
So your
In that
question
stage, it
is
doesn't matter.
why birth after birth?
No, like the question is, we aim to go to Goloka, but when you attain a certain level of nishta where you're in the bhav, it doesn't matter if birth or no birth. You're always in Goloka, in the consciousness.
Yes.
I'm just confirming that's why they at that stage they ask, I want devotional service, birth after birth.
Okay, you can look at it in two ways. One is when somebody is very advanced, they actually pray like this, birth after birth. Means they don't think they are liberated. They are not going to be liberated, but they want to serve him. That's a natural. Like Radharani also think like this. Radharani even says to Krishna that, do you know someday I'll become old, ugly lady and you'll not like me. But there is no such thing. She never become old and ugly. She's always 14 years, 7 months, 15 days. They round it 15 years. Okay, she never grows above that. But she thinks I'll become old. So this thinking, life after life, is a common thing for a Mahabhagavat. I also got this wonderful explanation of Bhaktivinoda Thakur explaining this. He writes, that famous verse, Aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalan mukam kramena iva praliyate Vishnu bhakti ratatmana. There's a famous verse about how this karma works. There's 4 stages. So in a short, one is prarabdha. Prarabdha means you are born with this life. Okay, you are pure enough, there's no more birth. But how to understand that in relevant to this Janmani Janmani? In Guru Bandhana, we also sing Janme Janme Prabhu Shei Chokkudhan Dila Jai Janme Janme Prabhu Shei. We sing that too. He says that Prarabdha Karma Kobu Nahi Khai Phala Bhoga Bina Kobu Brahmabhuta Jiva Phala Bhoga Lagi Janama Marana Lobu. When you are serious in this one life, sure, you don't come back. But majority devotee may not act in that way. Majority devotee will act like they will react what is going on in their life. They will not let this prarabdha karma pass through. I don't like this. Why like this? Why that they will say this? Why? They will react. As a result, there are few more lives they have to take. Aprarabdha and kuta, bija, these are destroyed. But prarabdha, reaction on that. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, Brahma Bhuta Jeev, even they become liberated. They're Brahma Bhuta in this life. Brahma Bhuta Jeev. What is that? Krishna. Prarabdha kama kobu nahi khay, phalo bhoga vina kobu. Brahma Bhuta Jeev, phalo bhoga labi. Phalo bhoga lagi. Janama marana labu. Again they take birth. Even they are in Brahma Bhuta platform. They have to take at least 1 or 2 or 3 birth. Why? Because they reacted. You don't have any more karma. It's all done, burned to ashes. But in this karma, Krishna will engage you to experience of the material misery so that you come to conclusion, I don't want. But many devotees will react. I can't handle it. I don't like this. Why that devotee says this? Why that person is acting like this? Why there is a COVID? They will react instead of tolerance. So there is a few more life.
Tolerating is the key.
Yes. If we can tolerate whatever is happening in our life and stick to bhakti, yes, no more birth. You may say future birth is destroyed, no? Yes, according to that verse, Aprarabdha, Kuta, Bija, these are destroyed. But what came with this life, you going to experience. Krishna wants to see that you tolerate this. Otherwise, when are you going to tolerate? Next life? No, this life. But we react. Sorry to say that, we react. So you're creating another life. So that's why 1 or 2 or 3. I like Mahatma Prabhu a lot. When I was explaining this in a class, he was there in the back. He says, how do you know that this is not my last life? I say, I did not say that. Possible this is your last life, previous life you already did it. So in that case, you are out. You are done. He said, okay, now I feel better. I say, okay. I mean, it's a good logic. What he said is true also. How do we know that this is not my last second life? I already had a previous life doing bhakti. I mean, possible. But still, let's not react. Just tolerate. That's all. Then you are done. Then definitely end of your life, you're done. Tolerate, tolerate, tolerate. Don't accuse, don't chastise any devotee or criticize. That's all. Is that okay?
Embrace everything that comes and tolerate, so that it's the blessing to get out of this cycle of birth and death.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So much nectar in every class. We are so blessed to have your association. Koti Koti Tandavat pranams to you, Prabhu. Thank you very much for your classes.
Mother Sankari Devi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please accept my most respectful obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet. My very respectful obeisances to all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis assembled here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our Shikshashtakam. Prabhu, while we were discussing this, I was just reminded of this verse by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur when he says, Maro bhi rakho bhi, jo ichha tohar, nitya dasa prati tua adhikar. I was just thinking, Prabhu, that that's the mood of the devotee who's totally surrendered. He doesn't care what's going to be the gati at the end of his life. But he says that, Prabhu, put me anywhere, but I have just one request. If you could hear me one last time, just make me take birth in the house of a devotee so that at least my devotion continues in any form that you give me the word. So he's not even saying that, okay, please make this my last life. You know, he's just saying devotional service, devotional service, devotional service, no matter where I am. So I was just thinking about that.
That is very true. That in the advanced stage, actually. For a new bhakta, this may not be appealing, believe me. I don't like that devotee. I have to come as an insect in the devotees. No, I don't like that song. Okay. Just say you are not ready to understand that song. That song is true. For a very advanced, that's how I think like this. I mean, if you really think Radharani's mood, Radhastami is coming, Nagoni apano dukkha sabe banchi taro sukha. I don't care for my suffering. If by giving me suffering, it makes you happy, go ahead. How many of us really can say like that? Will you rather want to say, my Lord, please protect me. Don't give me any more. Please rescue me. So it's a different level of, as long as we understand that, then it's okay. Yes, you are right. At advanced level, it is. Maravira kavi jo ichha tuhara. Nitya dasa pratitva odhikara. You have a right. Wow. That's very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Sayantan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. As always, beautiful class. Thank you, Prabhu, for such beautiful and guiding us really by these things. I was really feeling that, Prarabdha karma kahunai khai. It means we have to don't react. I remember, Prabhu, in one of your classes, you gave a beautiful line. It's still in my mind and I contemplate on it. That you told that whatever coming in your mind cannot stop it, but of course you can stop the dominance of that thinking.
Yes.
You cannot let that thought dominate yourself by your intelligence. You should cut that idea by your intelligence. That thing we can practice. Like if some devotee orders us, and we should think this. Don't react. Push ourselves, and then we should use our intelligence and control our mind. In this way we can do. But Prabhu, I was thinking that if some devotee has already reacted, and after that he's seeing your class, this class, and then then he is practicing. Oh no! From today I shall not react. I should tolerate. Then will there be next birth or what is the? I don't know.
It's, Krishna is a reciprocal Prabhu. We should always remember he's a reciprocal. When Mukunda Datta heard it, that after 1 million life he will have darshan of the Lord, he was so enthusiastically dancing, singing. So Mahaprabhu did not minimize whimsically when Srivas Thakur says, you said after 1 million life, now you're telling to call him. Okay, I'll call him. But why is like this? He said, because his intensity, his joy that he got some warranty from the Lord. He felt so wonderful, and Lord reciprocated. Intensity and purity that he wants to serve the Lord after 1 million life he will meet, at least guarantee is there. This is made, you can say in our calculation, 1 minute. He had darshan of the Lord. So Mahaprabhu did not dismiss his 1 million life, but then he explained. The same thing with the, you can say, when Narad Muni went to this person, Brahmana, and Brahmana is generally advanced, more advanced than the Muchi. Muchi means cobbler. In a society, Brahmana supposed to deal with Brahman. So, but then when Narad Muni asked the Lord, when will he be back to Vaikuntha? When he will come to Vaikuntha? He said, after many lives. That's not encouraging. How is going to? Because that Brahmana asked Narad Muni to ask the Lord, when I'm coming to Vaikuntha. He says, after many lives. So that's very discouraging. But then he asked about the cobbler, and Lord says, end of this life. Well, what? I mean, that's not fair. It looks like, it's not a fair. The guy dealing with the shoes, leather will come end of this life, and the person dealing with the Brahman will come after many life. That's not fair. I mean, logically, you think. But then Narad Muni, I love Narad Muni. Narad Muni wanted to test it out. Why is like this? He knows God is right. So he asks, he's passing by, and Brahmana said, Narada, you are back from Vaikuntha. So when am I going to go to Vaikuntha? He said, well, first of all, tell me what God is doing. He said, he's putting an elephant through an eye of a needle. Now, when Brahmana heard it, he said, you and your God. Who believes these things? So Narad Muni understood that this guy is a Brahmana but doesn't have a faith. Doesn't have a faith. Can Krishna put an elephant through the eye of a needle or no? Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
There's a verse called Aghatana Ghatana Patiyoshi Lila Shakti. Krishna means what is impossible, he makes it possible. What is possible, he can make it impossible. He's God. But this Brahmana would not believe. So now Narad Muni understood why it will take many thousand lives for Brahmana to go back. But then cobbler, he said the same story. And the cobbler says, why not? God can do anything he wants. He's God. So Narad Muni says, why do you believe this? He said, I'm sitting under this banyan tree. I see all these little seed. Each seed has the whole tree, potential tree inside that little seed. If this mystics in this little seed, and God, who is a master of the mystics, he can do anything. Narad Muni then revealed, he said, you are going to go. And guess what? Actually, he left right then and there, went back home, back to God. So we have to have a strong faith on Krishna's word, Mahaprabhu's word. That's all it's required, Prabhu. Logic, reasoning sometimes may not help. I mean, I used to, but as long it is aligned with Krishna's word. Okay, Mother Kaylee, are you from the land?
Hi, Krishna. No, actually, I'm in Dallas right now. I came here to teach in the Gurukul service. But I do have a question. Thank you for the class. It was really nice. It's always happens. They always come when it's needed, or you're always speaking about something that's very relevant. I am curious. You're talking a lot about we have to tolerate, and we might know this in theory, but then say maybe we are in the temple or devotees are gossiping, saying negative thing, or we are in city for service, but we would much rather just be on a farm doing service. How do we tolerate these things, like in practice? Like, what are some practical advice that we can do to help tolerate the difficulties?
Build a relationship. Build a genuine relationship with a senior devotee and Krishna. Then external things will be still there, but it will not affect our consciousness so much. Otherwise, it's very difficult. I agree with you 100%. It is difficult to tolerate. But when you have a little reciprocation starts with Krishna, you see what you are asking, and it's coming through, then reciprocate, keep on going further, do something for him and see how he reacts. And Krishna is a real person. He really reciprocates better than any other human being. At least in my experience, before I would say I would hear, but now I see it. If you'd asked me a few years back, I may not be convinced completely to say that, but now I'm convinced. Sometime we have to go through little tough time to come closer to him. It may appear that I'm hopeless. I'm like losing Krishna consciousness. I feel like giving up. But that's where turn take place. Pray, pray, pray. Even though you may not see the result, you all of a sudden will see something mystical happen. And then you will cry to him. Krishna is waiting. Krishna really waiting for all of us to communicate. The best way, commune, you verbalize your feeling. Tell him, my Lord, I don't understand. I'm going through a little tough time. I have a physical body. I have a horrible mind. Please help me. Please. Cry. I cannot even cry, my Lord. Can you believe I want to cry for you? I cannot cry. Talk to him. You'll be surprised. You become a different person. Krishna wants that. Krishna wants you to come back to him. Do it. Please. I'll pray for you too.
Thank you. That's always helpful.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Hold on one second. Yes, Mother.
Prabhu,
Oh, I just wanted to ask like a clarifying comment because you were talking about how like a devotee, they don't like when they're advanced, they don't actually think that they're a devotee. And I remember you told us once that Radhanath Maharaj or you didn't tell us this, but Radhanath Maharaj, he was saying that real humility is not is thinking of the self less, not thinking less of yourself. So I'm wondering, would that look like someone who doesn't necessarily think they are a devotee, but also someone who doesn't not think they are a devotee? Like they are not really so much concerned what I am, who I am, or where I am at. They are just thinking more like Krishna or the devotees, other service, other things. Is that proper, or what do you think?
Yeah, but they do genuinely feel, I don't have devotion. Nobody's telling them, but they really feel. Actually, they do, but they feel it's a natural. They feel like they don't have devotion. Okay, if you don't have a
Probably
devotion, why don't you go away? You will not go away.
mm-hmm. Yeah, probably they feel that they can do so much more. They're not
Yes.
doing as much as them, but they realize there's so much more potential. Okay, thank you. That helps.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, Sayantan Prabhu, we have actually 11 minutes for another class ahead. What do we do? Sayantan Prabhu, you're going to join to that class, Bengali class, so you can ask me there.
No,
Is that
Prabhu, I
okay?
want to really express my gratitude at your lotus feet, Prabhu. Because
Hare
every
Krishna.
time I am in a situation, I don't know. Krishna really plans that I am really cured from hearing your class, Prabhu. This last line that you told, my Lord, please help me. I am going through a tough time. I'm really feeling, Prabhu. I'm from 2, 3 days. I'm thinking, when Pran Govinda Prabhu's class will I hear? I'm thinking just like there is so many classes in college, so many exams. I'm thinking, oh, what I'm going through this. I'm really thinking, but Krishna provides me your class. You see, and that helps as a medicine. And that when I contemplate about it throughout the day, during college hours, every time, I feel so nice, bro. It really helps me. It
Hare
really
Krishna.
helps from the beginning when I met with you, Prabhu, and I started communicating with Prabhu. It really is becoming better and better every day. I'm trying, Prabhu. I'm not that. But every time I'm doing some faults, every time I'm doing some faults. But I'm really telling that Krishna, please help me. Please guide me. I need a guidance. I need a mentor. I don't have anything.
Hare
Every time
Krishna.
I'm thinking this
Please pray
every
for
day.
me also. I'll pray for you too. Thank you.
Please pray.
Thank you. Mother Kamala Kishori Devi Dasi.
One last question, Prabhu. I don't want to hold you. I know you have only 10 minutes. Prabhu, the humility, I know we all says that all the time, I am your servant, I'm your servant. Sometimes we feel, sometimes it's just in the word from the mouth. So how to get that true feeling, how to get the true humility? Is it through Krishna has to put us in the roller coaster to get that? Or I know we do sadhana. I'm really sometimes wondering when we will get that true feeling of saying a servant.
Believe me, you don't have to do it's it's so true what Radhanath Maharaj says. Why not? I'm going to tell you boldly, just do it. Even artificially pray and keep on going. And believe me, Krishna will put you through the roller coaster. But the good point, I see that I felt like almost I'm giving up at one point in my life. But actually, it was not. I said, okay, what is the alternative? I'm talking to myself. I go, material enjoyment. I don't want that. Escape from anything, something. I don't want that. They're coming back to the same. I said, wow, there is no alternative. But I'm glad I went through all this within my mind. I said, okay, this is what the ultimate. Okay, my Lord. Does it make you happy that I'm going through a tough time? But it is my own karma. But then after a while, you will see, after a few days or few hours or few even weeks, you become so strong, attached to Krishna. And then you feel happy. You said, I wish I would have this feeling before. Why I didn't have that? Why you destroy something was bothering, was on your way. And you destroyed it by going through this emotional battle. Now you have a genuine, solid emotional shelter on Krishna, which I did not have before. And that's how everybody goes through. You wonder, like, why Prabhupada cry? He's not trying to cry. It's like coming, like he cannot stop. And he even apologized in 73 in Los Angeles. He said, I'm sorry, I plan not to exhibit this, but sometime I cannot control myself. He's giving credit to his Gurudev. That's all. The whole class was like this. So many occasions you will see like this. Yes, Krishna will put you roller coaster. Don't pray for it. It will come. Just even faking, believe me, Radhanath Maharaj's word, I take it very seriously. Even faking it, we should be humble. Try to be humble. Even though I don't feel it, I don't have genuine, Keep on going. Krishna will hear it because it's coming from him. Krishna is going to make my heart also experience that. It's all good. Ultimately,
Thank you
it's
so
all
much.
good. Thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you so much,
looking
Prabhuji.
forward to see you all next week. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.